live sound turned on? Yep. Alright. Incoming. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Project Livestream. I'm Scruff Dog, and you're on board. It's an i5 6400 desktop with 4 gigs. I looked it up today. Let me get all the lights on. Figured I'd do an intro thing. That's one. I think that's all of them. Yeah, because I don't turn that one on because it just messes with the exposure. Let's see. Let's see who's here. Let's grab the correct mouse and let's turn off preview so that it transmits better. You know what I gotta do? Hold on. I have to pull up preview. Should probably do that since this is, you know, not awesome. There we go. Hey, okay, now I'll be able to see what's up. Live chat, don't forget live chat, not top chat. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for stopping by or watching later on. Joe Russ is here, Block Watcher, Mr. Furbear. Thank you for stopping by and helping out. Rob is here. Good to see you, Rob. Who else? Joe Russ. Did I say Joe Russ? Block Watcher. Okay, I think that's just about everybody who's here right now, and at least in chat. Hey, there's Colin Pye, Chronic Gaming. Evening, afternoon, and good morning. So today, I'll put this little guy away. Today we are going to finish with the light. And then we're going to see what's going on with the Mean Green Goblin Machine. Let's see. Updates. So earlier this week, a coworker gave me a fog light that had burned out. That he was using to light up his service van. So he didn't know what happened, had power to it. Said he's either going to throw it away or give it to me to mess with, so I decided to mess with it. And it was the most unserviceable light I have ever seen. The board was so siliconed in that it was bending my screwdriver that I was prying with. And like, I know Craftsman isn't exactly like super high end, but you shouldn't be bending a steel shank screwdriver to get a circuit board out. So then I figured, okay, well, we'll leave the board in and I'll just desolder the LEDs because they were pretty bright. No, couldn't do that either because they epoxied the LEDs on the back to the point that there was just no way to pry them out because they were slightly recessed as well. And they were the ones that looked like sunny side up eggs. So, like, there was nothing salvageable except for this lens pack, which isn't bad. It can be reused with other things, and I got one of these little seal core dealy, whatever they call them things. They're not a total loss, but a real shame that they made it so unserviceable. Let's see what's going on. Good audio. Good, thank you. Cable gland, there you go, yeah. So this will come later. Set that to the side. I was measuring stuff for them. You got anything you want to make a cheers with, go ahead and grab it. I've been, it's been kind of a weird day. Like, it's been a relatively good day. I've been fairly relaxed. Everything's been going on, but I've been having random panic attacks. So, I may be on this a little more than usual. Just like, I don't know. I don't think it's anything to do with the stream. It's just random. So, hey, what's up, Dave? Dave, is your stream in 2 hours or in 3 hours? Make sure I don't run too long. Let me know, because I know yours is shortly as well. So, cheers, whatever you got. I have Indica, Northern Lights, and this is Comatose from Sun Meds. I'm gonna double hit it just to chill me out a little bit. 3 hours. I tried to go later so they wouldn't clash. Thanks, buddy. Good call. So yeah, I'll be plenty of time. I shouldn't. This might be kind of a short stream. I don't know. I guess it depends on how far we go into the Goblin. But cheers, everybody. Sorry. Alright. I don't have my no. Over there is my little flag. And it's been dropped a few more times at work. Almost lost it once, but it's surviving, as it should. Cheers for tea as well. Alright, so shit. I forgot my book with the reverse engineer stuff. Hold on a second, let me go grab my book. Here, I'll give you. You can watch Pretty Lights. Give me like 30 seconds. Alright, so, okay, turn that back off. The light. Took it apart, took a look. Pardon my crude drawings. But I'll point out what I figured out and what I have decided on as far as how to proceed with today. And I'll go little head in a second. I know I'm still big head. Let me find something pointy-ish. Tracking things on the so little head. Make sure that worked. Works. Okay, let's do that and let's zoom down. Yeah, I noticed the face cam, the zoom, or the focus was getting a little weird. So I have that set to manual focus. I think that's pretty good there. So what I figured out, and here's your schematic. All of these, the circled greens are wire connections. So you had 200K resistor, 750 nanofarad capacitor coming into the full bridge rectifier. Then you had 100 microfarad 25 volt capacitor coming across the output. The voltage going across was kind of being pulled down by the charge LED across the 3K resistor. Besides that, you had these two. How are we doing? Are we in focus? Yeah, we're okay. So you had these two transistors. On the switch, on high and low, all they connected to was battery. So what you would get is, if it was on high, it would go through a 100 ohm resistor, turn on the transistor, and that would pass about 1.2 amps through, your 60 LEDs up here that are all in parallel. So we'll see how longevity goes since they're not individually regulated, but that's fine. It was like 15 bucks. So when you switch to low, it would just bring positive through, well, battery, sorry. Well, actually no positive, because it would be either positive from the full bridge rectifier or positive from the battery. Into low would go through the 1K and then through the same 100 ohm resistor, so you get 1.1K to drive that. That was bringing about 800 milliamps. So those are your set switches. On this side, when you had it set to the SOS, or as we now realize, the power failure mode, what's going on in here is, if you see right here, there's battery minus. So that's your battery ground plane. And then down here, you have your full bridged ground plane. And they're separated by diodes. So they're isolated from each other. Mostly, obviously in one direction or not. So what was happening was, when this was plugged in, with this going up high, and with the battery voltage, it was charging and energizing the transistor when everything would go low down here. When everything was high down with the... trying to explain this right. So basically, I'll do my best here. When this was plugged in and charging, it would keep this transistor from being energized until there was no power there. Then that one would be energized if power was connected. So then when it lost power, battery power would take over. It would basically bring the ground plane back up to where it would function and turn the light on. I hope you kind of understand that. I'm sorry if that makes no sense. It makes sense in my head, but this is one of the more complicated things that I don't necessarily explain very well. Let me look at chat and see if everyone's as confused. Alright, warming up. Okay, he needs to stick to one of these tracks. Okay. So I hope that kind of gave you a vague grasping of what was going on, of basically this transistor was being turned on depending on which ground plane was activated. I hope that works for you. But what I decided is, I'm not going to bother with the backup on it, because this light is really just used for lighting for webcam. In a pinch, it will be fine for, if there's a power outage, but that's a very, very secondary usage for it. So for that reason, we're not going to upgrade the batteries in it. I've run it on medium for, well, what they call low, but what we'll call medium, for 6 hours the other night before it started to noticeably get dimmer. I mean, that's just fine. Especially with the mod we're going to do. Hey, what's up, Mark? Thanks for stopping by. Hey, there's Sean. Good to see you. Yeah. Yes, panic attacks do suck, Rob. Absolutely. Little head hides your beard behind people counter for... Yeah. What's that? That any better? Is that like that? Alright. So what I've decided we're going to do when we open this back up, we'll leave the battery capacity the same because it's doing just fine. Especially because my plan now is to take the 510 ohm resistor that was in line with the full bridge rectifier circuit, supply circuit. That will be eliminated. Like, I may even try to cut tracks just to absolutely eliminate any backfeed, any power loss. I know it's microamps, but yeah, just to get it out of the way. especially because since I know that circuit is in there, I'm just going to leave it until I need it, and then I can always go back, desolder it, and not have to worry about accidentally dinking anything up while I'm in there. But there's no reason for it to be powered up, so we will try to cut tracks here and here. But what I'm going to do is take this 5K variable resistor or potentiometer and put it across the SOS switch, and with that I did the calculation on every circuit. It's one of the circuit simulators. I should be able to turn this down so that every LED gets 1 milliamp. 1 milliamp of power, and then all the way up we'll limit it up to about 15 milliamps of power, and then when you turn it on high they get full whack at 20. Medium is about 12. So we'll have, hopefully this should be a smooth adjustment, and it'll end up being Q2 gets used for your static lighting, and then the other transistor will get used for our variable lighting. And if one of those ever burns out, we'll just piggyback on the other one. We'll just take an advantage that they put 2 redundant circuits in, and we'll just use whichever one we need to. Cheers, tea. So, cabbage begin. Where do I want to put this book? Alright. This is my homemade power bank. It's a little rough looking, but I promise it's safe. I just taped everything up and then glued it down. But that's your 4056 and a QC 2.0 charge module in there with 3 of my 3300 milliamp batteries. So it's almost, I consider it just a 9,000 milliamp hour pack, but that thing kicks a little ass. So we're gonna get this into this. Let's begin, shall we? Want the transistor be connected, add current to the variable one. When you flip the switch, it completely disconnects the other transistor. That switch cycles, 2 connections go to, for high and low, and then the other one completely disconnects it and isolates them, so they're never on at the same time. So that should be just groovy. So I guess this is a screwdriver, yep. Stream on a free evening. What's going on, CK? Hey, Lori. Ooh. Lights on. Oh, well, I'm waiting. Hold on. Let me adjust that zoom a little bit. And let me bring the focus up off the top of the desk. Ooh, not that high. Right about there. Once we're open, I'll bring in our little helper. Oh, and next time we do a desk stream, I am hoping, I think one of my other cameras has a 78-degree field of view, because this one I have is 90-degree, so I have to keep it close to the bench. Like right now, like if you were to do this, like my thumb goes past the camera, like it's maybe 14 inches or so away. And I'd like to be able to pick it up a little bit more, because I know stuff out towards the edges just gets weird. Just because it's, that almost a fisheye effect. So I may have a slightly different setup next time. We'll see how it goes. Actually, I had to mow the lawn. I don't remember loosening those. Actually had to mow the lawn for the first time this year. That was weird. That was, I did I do that yesterday? Where the screws go? Came out alright. I haven't done the edging yet, but I will get there. So those there. So there's that. Oh, oh, we're actually on screen. Good. Nothing like getting flashed by the work. Yeah, really. Fling. Blinded by the light. Not bad. Alright, the decision was made also, you will notice. One moment. Oh, hold on, let me do this. Alright. Right there. Now we're ready. Bam. Hi, a little bit of tea. Oh, I gotta turn that up to 35. Actually, yeah, 35. Yeah, oh, whoa, easy killer. Damn. 35. Yeah. Let me, is that. What am I hitting? Yeah, I'm hitting my name tape stuff. I have a full can of gas, half a cup of woofle juice. It's Sunday night and I'm wearing my safety glasses. Oh shit. Mark's right here to go. Alright. Let's see, what are we doing in here? We are adding a potentiometer, which means I should have grabbed the drill bit ahead of time. Where is the pot? Yeah. Let's see here. Sorry if that's loud as fuck. I think that one will be good enough. So what we're going to be doing here, where's that pencil? Is this white wire is the SOS switch, which will become the variable lighting. So we will be desoldering it from right here. Actually, no, yeah, we'll desolder it from there, then we'll add another wire. No, we'll desolder it from here. So there's less action around on the circuit board. And we'll see where we're going to cut these tracks. Once we dig in there, I'll zoom it in as we go, but it'll be safer to desolder from this side. This switch will handle the heat much better, less risky than soldering around all that crap. So, where should we put the pot? The pot should be in the bottom edge. We can't put the pot where the batteries are. Where is the pot? Now that's kind of in the way of the... Yeah, that's going to be in the way of the plastic switch. I'm not going to stick it there because then everything will short out and explode. And if I run that wire that way, yeah, I can go over this way. Now that stupid bracket's in. Good lord, there's like just shit everywhere. Kidding me? There's so much crap in the way. Like, seriously, all the good real estate's taken up, and then some asshole put this fucking battery in the way. Will that go? How big's the knob? Aha. Knob is too big. Alright, I guess we're gonna have to run some wires over to, like... But then that bracket's in the way. Son of a biscuit. This wasn't supposed to be this difficult. No, you know what? We're gonna put it where that charge light is, because we don't need that charge light anymore. Let me get the soldering iron turned on. Forgot about that. Alright. Where are we going to cut? Let me grab one of my million different cutting devices. Where's my small blade? Hey, Brian. Yeah, I'm working on the beard. I finally figured out how to let it grow and not have my piercings get all fucked up. Just had to downgrade the size a little bit. So I'm gonna try and rock it a little bit. Could the charged circuit board be moved? Not really, because it's. Yeah, that could be moved, but yeah, we're just gonna use this. We need to figure out where to cut that. Let me grab my book. Oh well. Let's see. Can you go out through the back? Nah, because it hangs on the wall. Let's see. I want to cut it there and there. So actually, I want to cut it. Let's see. That resistor. Cut that there. Cut that one. Wow, the way these are in there, that's really annoying to, there's the capacitor. The capacitor doesn't need to be there, but it also has no purpose. I feel like if I cut that there, that should break the ground plane. Okay. And then this one I'll just cut. I'll leave the capacitor in there. I don't see that being a problem. Nah, you know what? I am going to cut it here. And I think I'm going to cut it right there. I'll just cut it at this one past the capacitor and that one in front of the capacitor. And I'll just desolder or just cut the LED. And we will have the charge circuit out of the picture, and we'll have a pilot hole to drill for our potentiometer. I've got a really big flasher on my bench. Easy. Oh, actually, yeah, God, that thing is fucking big. I used to build theaters and do a little bit of stagehand work as an independent contractor. And then I actually built theaters. I installed the rigging systems and shit. So I've seen lots of those gobo lights. They're nice. Alright, let's see. We're going to be playing with stuff. So why don't we go ahead and de-energize the planet. Pop these batteries out. And then remembering when I install them that positive is the same. These are in parallel, not in series. Set those to the side. Now we are safe. And let's move the zoom box here. And let me zoom down a little bit. That's pretty good. That hurts a little bit. Where is this? Remember, if you don't want to get the whole drill bit out, if you got one of those, multi-fit deals, assuming you have the right size. This one has big and small. Since we're only going through thin wall plastic, we can just hand drill that when it's time. I don't know why I showed you that already, because like we just need to get the shit off first. Don't mind me, folks. All the wiring stays. And that big ass capacitor will just kind of be there. Yeah, I'm gonna take this off so that we can get that LED cut kind of cleanly. Zing. Like, I'm not even worried about desoldering it. I have a million of these, but I am keeping it. Just not worried about desoldering it. Alright, cool. That's out of the way. We'll stick that up there to be... Yeah, we all got that shelf. Maybe put that up there to be sorted later. Later being like... I don't know, Dave. How long has it been since you've had that, No, not that. Where is that? Your oscilloscope. It's almost been a year, is it? You know, the to-do pile. That's where that LED just went. Alright, let us drill us a hole. Can you see that? Whoa, dropping shit everywhere. Awkward box. There we go. Alright, capacitor is in the way like a champion. Alright. Where's the pot? That is not quite the right size. I don't know that I have any bigger drill bits in here. Like, all my shit's in my work van, you know that goes, I guess, some of you. Drill bits. Drill bits. Nope. Alright. Let's see what we can do with this. Remember, diagonal still works. It's just doing it by hand. While not ripping out the wires. Hey, look at that. Alright. Progress. I'm going to go down here. I don't know if it's going to be loud or not. Use a knife to make it bigger. That would be way too easy. Come on now. Alright. So let's... Oh, and this is one of them ones that had one of the locating pin on it. I already went ahead and cut that little pin off. And I'm going to put a very tiny spot of super glue. Just barely enough to hold it in place. Then I'm going to drop it. Oh good, I'm actually on camera too. I'm always amazed when I can pull that off. Where's the hardware, yo? Low. Kinda on cam. Oh, I'm on. Well, let me see. Can I do that? Really wish this LED bar was on like a little 2-pin plug. Like, I don't care enough to do it. I'm going to turn that sideways. I should have wired this up first. Alright. Doesn't sit too far down, does it? I think that'll work. If it's... I can always bend those flat too, so yeah, that'll be fine. Alright, so are we kinda not really on screen? Let me tighten this down and then I'll give you a better view. Good. One more little crank. Alright. Alright. So there's that. Let's see if this still fits. I believe it should. With minimal yeah, okay, we'll be good. We will be good. Alright, so we can put this back down. Anybody know where there it is? Thanks. Happy Easter. Happy Easter to you, Brenda Lee. Thanks for stopping by. Alright, let's get this and mount it sturdy, and then we're gonna cut those, you know what? If you... Oh yeah, lock the focus, but yeah, if you have a thing, by all means grab it. I'm working on a bench... Jeff. I'm working on a bench thing. Never mind. Working on a few things for the bench that should hopefully liven things up a little bit. So cheers. Just finished. Hold on. Cheers. Sorry. Black Watcher. Just finished coffee. Now I am on Yorkshire Gold tea. It's pretty good tea. Alright, let's get this in shot. Let's cut some tracks. Oh, hold on. Let's put the drill away. I don't want to accidentally do something painful. Oh, and Dave, all I have is white knobs. That's just what they came with. No green for you. No green for you. Alright. Enough singing. Let's put that there. Alright, let's cut some tracks. What's up with chat? Cheers. Cheers. Both then, yes. Alright, let us cut this track here. Can you see where I'm cutting? Right there. Yes, you can. Okay. And this is really just because I know I have no intention of ever restoring this back to factory functionality. Yeah, it's a Q-tip. Always keep Q-tips and alcohol at your bench. I'm not going to use alcohol for this. I'm just going to... But it comes in very handy for situations like this. I believe that is cut. I'm actually going to use the zoom on this to go way in there and find out. See if you can see it. If you can see it better than I can. Wrong way. Focus. Is that the best we got? Nope. Go. Wow. Okay, yeah. Easy there, killer. 40, 35, 30, 35. Let's see, what's 37 looking? It's just too much for this camera, I think. But either way, think we're alright. Looks like we're through this to the substrate. Okay, what is that? That really is probably all I need to do, but we'll go ahead and cut the rest. So let's cut this right here. Then we'll make sure I broke it. Can you see? Kinda. Sorry, the focus really isn't a whole lot better. I don't know if it'll be any different if I find that other camera of mine or not. Come on, Scrapey Scraperton. There we go. We're going through to the other side. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Scrapey, scrapey, scrape. Blah. How's that look on screen? Like a fucking blurry mess. I'll all back out a little bit here, huh? Can't see much. That's the other reason why, like, we need to, well, why I need to get a slightly better computer, because then I can hook the third camera up, being my digital microscope. I could really get y'all in there. I don't know, I'm sure some of you have seen the picture of the Mouseputer badge LED I took, and then the 4-hour flashy thing I made for absolutely no reason, but it's kind of chill. That's in my channel, in there somewhere. Alright, so we got that cut. Tracks cut, tracks cut. Let's, before we do anything else, let's add power and see what happens. Positive. What I will do is I will put it on a light mode, so if it does not immediately come on, I know there is a problem. There might be a problem. It did not immediately come on. What am I missing here? Let's see. Unless, no. Did I bogart this project already? I may have. Are you kidding me? I didn't cut anything that important. Shouldn't have. Now I feel like a dumbass. What did I cut there that would matter? Oh, is that a little hidden track under the chew? Son of a... Alright. I think it's because there's the track doubles over here. So... Let me see here. Let me, God damn. What the fuck did I do? Let me turn this off. Let me grab... See if anything blows up. Got my little lamp plant. See if there's any current coming out of this thing. No current right now. Okay, so I ended up cutting one of the tracks that actually connects the battery around to everything else. I forgot that one of those tracks went underneath, so let's fix that. That should be the one. Yeah, that one should have been fine. That should be that one. So let's pop this battery back out. Can you do a stream on the USB microscope one day, please? Yes, I will. I may have to do one where I just disconnect one of these other cameras, and or we do something like on one of the other computers that can handle, you know, it would just be away from the bench then. Where's my solder? See if we can fix this, or if we've just totally bogarted the whole thing and I'm gonna have to do stupid stuff to fix it. Let's see. My bad, folks. Check out my forehead. See, no power. No power. Not good. Everything's just coming disconnected. Oh. Jump that gap. This is always fun. Blobzilla here. Oh good, let's short out the bridge rectifier too. Let's see if that was enough. Alright, we are off. We have no way to fit that in screen. So you look for smoke and I'll look for amperage. Deal? Alright. Alright, we are powered up. Flicking a switch. Man, what the hell? Oh shit, I gotta put that one wire back on. Hold on. And this is just lovely. I'm gonna put it here instead of where it was, so we don't disturb that bridge. Alright, trying again. Adding amp clamp. Okay, no current flow. No fucking current flow. Let me make sure I don't have to activate the chip. Maybe I did something derpy and I gotta put power to it. If you know what I'm saying. I think you do. Maybe that's what I'm missing. Where's that? Maybe that chip, maybe I did something and that chip shut down. Let's see what happens. Okay, so it knows it's got power. Oh, that was it. Okay, my bad. Just being dumb. Must have did something. Let's see. Oh, no, wait. Where's the power? Are we having power issues? Like, are we having battery issues? Is my thrown together, like, horribly done battery pack not working now? Let's see. Focus out. Or zoom out. Let's grab the meter. See what we got going on with this battery, because I know it's charged. Where's my backlight? Does that help? Kinda. Let's see. What do we have here? Here, let me do this the correct way. We have here on this wire and at this terminal. We are having connection issues. That's good there. Those are soldered together at source, so that's good there. Alright, so we have a flaky connection somewhere. I believe it is right there at ground. Alright. Okay, so that wasn't anything over here. That's something over here. As usual, we're learning together. What do we got going on in chat? Live. That's what's under my fire. 18 watching. I think that's a record. Let's have some tea. I'm gonna have a little more calm the fuck down juice here in a second. Missing some LEDs on that battery controller. They're both there. Alright, you're way zoomed out, but yeah, they are there. So we have a flaky ground for some reason. I don't know where that would be, so let's just shotgun some fucking solder at that solder joint. Oh, you know what? I bet I know why that's not making a good connection. Probably needs pressure on it. Let's see, let's turn that off. That's a cat here, let's see. Okay. See, we're learning together. That connection requires pressure for the spring. So that's why that's being doofy. So let me break this connection again. We are de-energized. Come on. Come on. Alright. Let's test everything again. Make sure I'm not full of shit. I'm full of shit. Is that connection? Is that a required connection, or are we still having voltage issues? This is getting frustrating, huh? Let's see. Battery. Huh. I'll be damned. We're chasing two problems. Oh, shit. So weird connection to ground. And that track that I suspected really was part of the problem. Let's try this again. Fuck, yep. Okay, I am blind, which means it is working. Alright. Fucking hell. Oh yeah, and this little blicky. Yeah, this is like kind of like the standard issue for YouTubers, I guess. But like this shit kicks ass, man. I've been using this almost every day at work. A couple guys at work have already ordered one. One or two have already gotten theirs, and I think some of you have actually ordered one of these. Really useful. It's very accurate. Like I've done a couple of calculated, versus actual, well, calculated versus measured, and they're always within 1%. Highly recommend this little guy, the Unity UT 210E. But pretty much anyone that looks like this, they're all the same. It's just a different sticker. Because like Diode Going Wild has the same exact one, but it's it's his local brand, I guess you'd call it. All right, so we can now do the Potentiometer Mod. So we are going to need a little bit of wire. Just black wire will be fine. Let's see. Nothing exploded yet. Yeah, not yet. You're watching versus likes at the highest I've ever seen. Yeah. Correct order, flute yellow to make the check mark. Scruff, put the red blobs on the holder last time. It looks kind of What? Oh, yeah, that's the generic. You know, when I look at this in 20 years, I'm gonna go, what the fuck was I thinking? That's what that is. That custom positive mod there. Alright, so we're gonna desolder from the switch, and then we're gonna jump over to the switch. I don't need my super fine solder. A little dab will do ya. Are we in? Let me zoom down a pinch for you. I don't know where the focus is, but get you a little more into the work area. Okay, that's pretty good. Turn it off. Put the razor blade away. Don't want to cut my leads because I like them. Alright. Hold on. I love my neck. Alright. Do I care which way I do the potentiometer? I don't know. Let's put this in the middle. And then we'll try the top one first. We'll see which direction it goes. Let's tin. Ooh, let's burn that wire. Good, good. Come on now. Tinned. It's a little fatter. Good. Okay, and now we go from switch to. Yeah, there we go. That's still. Is that a dimmer? Yeah, it's just a standard. It's a 5K potentiometer. Here, ready? We're going to do a poll. Oh my god. Ask a question. Top pin or bottom pin? Top. Bottom. Alright. That work? Oh, yep, okay. So, do we go to the top pin? Or do we go to the bottom pin? You decide. You sort that out, and I am going to attach a wire to the other side. Let's see, a bit like that. These are these hardcore, gotta know kind of questions, you know? Alright, we got 2 hours and 15 minutes till Dave's stream. See if we can button this up. Dave being Spectrum DIY. And his adventures in audio synthesizers. I'll just do it like that. And we'll see what we got here. It looks like a bottom pin. %, said bottom pin. Thanks for choosing the bottom pin. You know, the one that's hard to get to. No, I'm just kidding. You guys are bullies. Actually, it's kind of. Alright. And let's do that. So, wait a minute, let me tin in the wire. Are we in? Yeah, okay. Alright. And then over to my tin net. Leaded solder. What is this? Fine solder wire. 60% silver or tin, 40% lead. I like it. I think that's Amazon special, but it's pretty fucking good. Not had any issues with it at all. Alright. Good evening, Queen of Fire Liz Edwards. How are you? And we're going to do that. We are on the bottom pin. Let's put in a battery. Verify. Make sure that it's going to explode when we need it to. Bright light. Okay, that's high. That's, I guess, what we'll now call medium. And let's try. I'm going to spin this all the way to one end. Ooh. Oh, that's nice. That's a good sweep right there. Alright, let's let me zoom out and I'll show you what it's doing on the amp clamp. Pretty bright even on low. I'd almost be tempted to put a 10K in. But let's see how much current it's getting, because if it's already down, you know, if we're already splitting, here, let me turn this off. Let's get this through a wire. Oh, come on, dude. Alright, cool. You can actually see it. Oh, no, wait, you're seeing that upside down. I'm seeing it right side up on mine because, issues, yeah. Alright, so upside down. One high, we have 1.1 1.25 amps. And I ran it on high about 2 hours a few nights ago, and nothing got overly hot. Those transistors are rated for 1.5 amps, so I'm sure they're definitely getting warm, but they're not getting too hot. So let's see what medium does now. That's okay. It's at about 700. I thought I said 800 earlier. And it's only down to 212. And we could put, let's see if we turn it up, where we go. Yeah, so we go up to medium, down, like we could get a little bit lower. Oh, we got a 10K. Just to feel like, but you know what? Wait. So right now we have 215 milliamps. Is there a way I can... Ish. So now we got about 200 milliamps. So with it turned down, that's across 60 LEDs. So that's about 3.25 per LED, roughly, something like that. 3.5. So I think that's probably pretty good. I mean, yeah, I mean, we could get it down to 1 milliamp, but after that point, what is the functionality of it besides just something that is lit up, but not necessarily projecting light? So I think we'll keep it with the 5K on there, and we know that we can go about 3.5 milliamps, and then all the way up to 1.25 amps. Which, where's my phone? I don't feel like thinking too much right now, so let me break out that calculator. 1.25 divided by 60, and there's 20.8 milliamps. So you figure it's trying to regulate around 2021. These are white LEDs, so I'm guessing they're probably rated for 25-30. Maybe, but I don't necessarily see the need to run it on high too often anyway. So I think we're going to call this a pretty good finale to the project, unless anything else pops up. Let's see, attenuation. Yeah, I guess it's a real smooth. So real smooth current. You know, nice ramp. And it's a linear potentiometer. So there are some of these are definitely, these are not all cool white. Some of these are like, they're definitely not color matched. But alright, let's so we got the full bridge rectifier is out of the circuit. I mean, we cut it on the positive or on the ground side. So either way, there shouldn't be any backfeed through it. And I'm good with that. Let me turn this off. Whew, that is bright. Where's the other battery? Put this in the correct way so nothing blows up. Double check. Yep. Turn that all the way down. That is a good glow. Just weird, just an awkward spot for the off switch. And like, I don't feel like I want to play with leads to fix that. It's just like, just an awkward spot. But alright, let's slap that back on. So now, let me put the screws in. Then we'll put the finishing touch on. I think we can lose the box for now. And let's put this back together, and then we will finish it. Burp. That's a magnet. Oops. So how's everybody's weekend? Everybody doing okay? Anybody know where my screwdriver is? The weekend has been pretty alright. It was a 3-day weekend because of the Easter thing. Not that I do anything with that, but I appreciate the extra time off. Mowed the lawn, relaxed, got some stuff done around the house, did some tinkering around in here. I'm actually I believe I'm going to be rearranging this work area soon to get storage out of the work area, like some of the storage out of the work area, so that I can set up my old school CRT oscilloscope. I can get my digital oscilloscope set up, like put places so I'm not staring at bins, so I can stare at my equipment. It'd be nice to literally blow the dust off of my old, what is it? Hold on. It's a BK Precision 2120B. Old school dilly. It's nice. Back when they were knobs. But, like, I would definitely use it if it were, like, out and around. I'm also going to take some of these computer power supplies and get myself a proper bench supply kind of thing, like, you know, access to power at the flick of a switch, and not a let me pull this out, let me find this, let me blah 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 blah. You know, easy access to all the power that's around me. I can get the gigantic 60 amp power supply up off the ground, free up the workbench a little bit more. Oh, and the battery backup that we repaired, you know, month and a half ago, I did finally come up with a use for it, an actual use. I'm going to move it to my secondary router. I realized that my other router doesn't have a backup, so I should give it a backup. So that is where that will be going. Alright, finishing touch. The knob. Let's see. How much is this? That is 270 degrees. So let's put it like right there. Actually, that's fine. I'll even put a little mark. Actually, I'm going to do a mark. Oh, great. Now I got to wrestle it back off. Come on. Come on. There you go. If I'm going to do a mark, let me show you a little tip from the Uncle Scruff. When you do your mark, you know, if the project allows, cut into it a little bit so that when you put your Sharpie down, it will get recessed into some of the cuts and is less likely to get rubbed off. So, oh, I didn't even notice. Did we actually get this set up right? Oh, we did. Look, good call. Bottom pin. Excellent. Excellent choice, viewers. Alright. Let's, yeah, I got a Sharpie right here. So, you know, you don't have to wipe it away. You can just put your dot. But you know that if it does ever wear away, what's on the surface... Actually, you know what? That kind of looks like shit. Let's just get rid of it now. I'll just demonstrate, see? Wipe that all away. And the recessed spots keep the marker. And just make sure you are in your set position. Forehead directly into the camera. Push down. And now you have a knob with set marks. I guess I could have zoomed in a little bit, but I think you grasped as I dug the blade in and then Sharpied and all that stuff. Like, if you want it to be, like, nice, you could, like, actually take your time and do, like, fancy shit with it and stuff. But for the quick and easy, there we go. I'll even go ahead and just write. I don't have any fine tip Sharpie. Oh, God, that's a rough point. I've been eating all my Sharpies. That's silver. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead with the notches and not worry about high versus low. I don't know why that mark was there. Oh, that's tape from my quote-unquote diffuser, which is just paper and the same tape that's this. Alright, so we now have bright light coming in, high, medium, and a little adjustable low. That starts very low and goes up to basically, what was that, 200 to 100, or 200 to an amp. So that's a pretty good adjustment. That will be useful. Oops, sorry, that may have been loud. So, we'll call that a finished project. If we need to bring it up again, we will. But, that works out pretty good. And the battery's already charged because they were charging just in general overnight. That's there. Alright. Let's have a sip of tea. Oh wait, Liz is here. And I have a completely ridiculous and awesome idea for the mini woofler, but I can't break the surprise just yet, because if this works, it will revolutionize the woofler, especially in mini form. Well, meaning for mini form. But yeah, let's see. I have lighter. There's a lighter. Actually, this doesn't need a lighter. Let's see. Now let me go. Let me do big head. Big head. There we go. What time is it? The quarter after torch. I'm working on the mini woofler. If the new design works out, it'll be freaking sweet. Does anybody want to puff? I'm gonna have some Northern Lights indica. This battery is my old Coolfire. I guess I can put it under here. It's what I used to quit smoking nicotine. I just sat around for a while and now it powers my indica. Cheers. Mark, it may be difficult to make out of metal, but by all means, if this works out, I'll send you some files and you can see what you can do. Alright, go eat your tea, Sean. You may want to freshen it up a little bit. Seems thick. Sounds like a wooful thrower. Not quite. But, I mean, you never know. That could be... We can go crazy with this. There's one of my kitties. She's the one that usually jumps up on the bench, so we'll see if she stops by. Pardon. Alright. So, here we have the Mean Green Goblin Machine. Otherwise known as the Dolan DWI is it either D10 or DX10. You can find them on Amazon for like 40 bucks, 35, 40 bucks. And they're cool. I've featured them on the channel once or twice, and I fly it on Discord sometimes inside, because it's not a GPS. Let me go over here so you can actually see it. It's not a GPS style like, you know, Mavis is. So you got to trim the hover, and it never just hovers. Like, it's always kind of moving. You just kind of got to keep up. And basically, the easiest way to fly it is just keep it moving. Get it up and just gently move it around. Just put it on slow mode, so you're not just zinging it in the walls, and you have fun with it. So, my proposal, let me go little head, is, let's see, change your camera back, yeah. Oh yeah, nah, I got 80 turned me on to this. Great. I'm actually gonna have to freshen up here in a second. Actually, let me go hit the kettle. Here, put that back, put all this stuff up real quick. I'm gonna go hit the kettle real quick, because I'm gonna need to refresh that. Alright, tea is warming up. So, my idea is that this become our channel project, or at least one of them. Like, we've had the light as a project, the inverter, but make this a long-term project. Like, I'm kind of feeling like what I was saying before, this is a cool drone as it is, but if we tweak it, maybe we can make our own thing. Like, I can 3D print a frame, you know, maybe something bigger, something smaller, maybe, I don't know. We take it apart, we see what it's made of, we see what's in there, and we see what we can do with it. Like, maybe these motors are underrated for what the board is capable of. And maybe what's on the board can be upgraded, and then we can upgrade the motors as well. I mean, if they're driving a transistor, we can always drive another larger transistor with the smaller one, you know, modify tracks if it's possible. It's kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe make a different drone with this control system and see if we can upgrade, do something, just something different. Something that we can like all do together. Kind of get input and ideas on it. So if everyone's good with that, then I kind of feel before we take out all 8 million screws, and buddy Rob has already disassembled one of these, and he says there's nothing under here but some wires that go up to the LED. So that being the case, unless anyone has any objection, I say we destructively remove the top just to see what we can see underneath. That way, if just the top is missing, it is still able to fly and do stuff with. But if we fuck something up by removing... What? Jesus. 20... 30... About 30 screws holds this fucking thing together. I would much rather carefully dissect to the top, see what we can see into the motherboard. Is anybody... Here, I'll even put a poll up. Might as well use a poll. Chop the top. Yes. No. Sure. And yeah, like, since I have the printer, I can always print something new, so I'll just ask, should we chop the top? Or should we, or does someone have a different idea of how we should proceed with the Mean Green Goblin Machine? Yeah, always keep in mind, we'll never be able to make it a DJI. This will always be a rough, you know, fine-tune it kind of drone, but we can make it a cool one. And the other thing that's neat, pardon the beeps, is we have a remote trigger. If we, you know, want to put more lights on there, different lights, put one of like the fishing hook dropper things, like whatever we want to do. And there's always at least one lighting circuit on for, you know, we could put a fast flash on that so we could make it legal to fly at night, and then it's built into the drone so we don't have to put an additional weighted module on it, and we'll be using far less electricity and energy by carrying extra weight and still have a legal, commercially able to fly commercially at night, blah blah blah. How are we out in chat? Sounds like fun. 100% yes. I guess we'll just go with that. Hold on. Tea is almost ready. I don't think you can see that from your... Nah, you wouldn't be able to. It's way back there, but I can see the light. Alright. Oh, and the other thing, if you watch the video, this does have a cool little trick, which who knows what'll happen if we like start upgrading, making big motors. But you hit a button, and it will, like, if you're looking at it, it'll fly up, do a flip in like whatever direction you're flying in. You know, if you're sideways, forward, backwards, it'll flip in that direction, and then it'll settle back in. So it has a built-in acro mode. So if we have put bigger stuff on it, we may be able to have a built-in big flip thing, or we may destroy it the first time we try. Either way, it should be fun. Did I turn that off? I did, so we can turn that off. Alright, tea's ready. Give me 1 second, and I'll be right back. Alright. Chop the top. Yep. Small drones are very weight sensitive. I have one of the SS little $50 drones. They can't handle any extra weight. Yeah. Alright, let's I guess we'll zoom down a little bit. Well, we're getting ready to cut stuff, so we can put the test equipment away. Put that back over there. I must have... Dang, gotta fix the red thing. Right. The remote over there, and apparently this is just held in by clips. I don't know if they're pushing or if there's screws on the back, but we'll just rip this right off. First, let's get some zoom down. And we'll leave that in there. Alright, so we have these. We have this. We've got that. And we've got the bigger one. That's good for start. I don't think we need a chainsaw. Let's see what we can break. Mavis can lift half a kilogram. Yes. And you get about 10 minutes battery time, but she can do it. Let's see, can we get... that kind of pops. That's like recessed in. So that is actually installed from the back. Okay. So let's do this then. First, let's make sure we don't lose any fingers. Peel that back. Okay, you can kind of see. The focus is okay. Where's center? Oh, there's the dot. So right about there. Yeah. There. Yeah. Alright, okay, now we're getting somewhere. Look at that, peel that off. See what I'm saying there? Oh, okay. Get that lip off of there. No wiring around, that's good. What time is it? 8:30. An hour and a half, or you got an hour 45 minutes till the next stream. So we have time. Not that I'm trying to go that long. Oh, this was kind of glued in there too. I think Rob told me that. Oh, sorry, I keep pulling it off screen. See, that's the problem. That's why I want to try and get the other camera, because then I'll be able to move more and not lose, not have the camera lose me as easily. I mean, I also just need to learn not to move around so goddamn much when I'm streaming, but, you know, we do our best. Alright. There's the red LED. Aw, bless you, child. They plug into the motherboard, or they plug into the flight control board. Thank you. Thank you for using pins. Let's see if I can just unplug that. Look at that. That's great. Thank you, Dolan, I guess. Oh, yeah. Maybe if I can take the battery out, maybe. I need a LiPo battery, you know. Fart at it wrong and it fucking explodes. But here's what we got so far. Not much in there. That's not much different than my little... the Hoosan? Hootan? Hoosan? That other little tiny one I got. Wow, this is kind of brittle plastic. Interesting. Should be interesting to see how this thing flies with a good 15% of its weight going. Trying to cut this evenly across the bottom. Get that out of the way. So that there's kind of a lip. She's really trying to break it the wrong way. These are German titanium scissors. Oh, hold on. Let me unplug this because that's up into the... Got these little ESD pliers set off of Amazon for like 10 bucks. This whole roll. They're fucking great. All different ones. They got angled ones, they got like big ones for picking up big shit. They're cool. Very useful. Alright, let me get this out of the way. Actually, I might be able to just use this. Yeah. Yeah. Snippy, snippy. Nice. Love these things. Nice. Klaus titanium. Highly recommend them. Like, I have them in my work van. And I cut, like, horrible things with them. I mean, obviously there's within reason, but these things have, I don't know, I've had them 6, 7 years. Love them. Like, if I gotta get scissors, I look for those. I believe I got them at Walmart, but it may have been Target. Not sure. It was one of those local places. Alright. So, what do we have? We have the eyeball. Focus. That's just glued into the back. And yeah, it was just glued to the back of the eyeball. Let me grab the box. Sorry, let me grab the magnifying glass. Nope. Let's see what we've got here. Can I get that any more in the center? Move all this shit out of the way. Yeah, I really should. If I'm going to use this wooden box thing, I guess I should move. See, and that's another thing. Like, there's so much storage around that it's hard to get tools, like, completely out of the way when they need to be. Oh, it'll be nice if I can get this organized a little better. Holy shit, there we go. We good? I think we're good. Let me zoom down some. Let's see what we got in here. Why does that look weird? Why is it losing color? That's some weird reflect. Is that Yeah, it's got a look. I don't think that's got a conformal coating on it. I'm trying to. Oh, that's just no. It is a real fucking thin coat of conformal. All right, let me fix the focus. Actually, that's supposed to be focused. Let's see, 36, 35. That's 3. Clearly not what we're looking for. That's 38. That's pretty good. Try 39, shall we? 40? Hi. I don't know why. I guess. Oh, I hit a button. I shouldn't have hit that button. Sorry. This is why I'm glad I look at chat. God, I shouldn't hit that button right there. Number keys. They're mapped in OBS, so I muted. If I didn't break anything else, hold on. How's the speed look? Alright, we still got a little head. Alright. Sorry about that. So, what I was saying is, besides the fact that, well, I guess you guys heard me when I was, I don't know, moving on. It's a shame that the motors aren't pinned in as well, but I get it. You need those to be absolutely solid, even though the soldering was absolutely done by someone who didn't have any vested energy in this. So I was told that there was another circuit here. We do not know what this is for. It's 3 pins and it's labeled SX minus and plus. So signal, negative, and positive. We don't know if that is for video, because on the box it says that there is an option for 720 camera. So we don't know if that's the input for it. And if so, does the remote... Like, I can't imagine this remote would have something in it to add video to it. I'm guessing they would have a different remote, but we can always take a look too, because this is part of the project. And there's more LED spots here. So we have these 2 here. I forget which one. Let's see. That was there. Okay. So the red and black one went to the far one. We're documenting. Oh, whoa. There we go. Sorry. The red and black one goes up here. You know, this is that whole video documenting, so you can look back later. And the eyeball went to this one in the corner. So we have this one here, which we don't know. Let me see what chat thinks. Potato sounds. 4 button. Groovy pencil, yes. Yes. I wonder they were like clever using the egg shape on the old dome top for strength, yeah. The frame itself feels pretty good. So we've got our motor outputs. I'm guessing the colors are for direction, which going by the blade pitch would be correct. These are different pitched blades. They are not identified as such, so you just need to be careful. So yeah, not really sure what's going on here. I'm gonna have to see what I can do to zoom down on those chips. Can't imagine they are publicly available, but I am interested in these two extra LED slots, if they're just always on, or if they're also switched by that, or if that quote, you know, if the video remote comes with more LED options, like maybe different flasher options. Right here is the back of the switch when just on and off. There's your battery connections, and that's what's right in there. But yeah, we can definitely explore this board without having to take the motor frame apart. Let me see if I can find something. My phone usually has a pretty good zoom. Let's see. Used that the last time, it worked out pretty good. Let's see here. Zoom, nope. 3x. It's not bad. Can't see. It's like focus, but it's like it's a good zoom, but the way the lettering, I'm gonna have to find a different angle of lights. Okay, let me just do that. Try to, like, I can almost see the letters with my phone. But like, the conformal coating is kind of blocking. Let me take a picture. Wish my nerves were better. I can hold this fucking thing still. Sure, one of these is Wi-Fi and one is flight control. Taking a bunch of pictures of that one to see if I can fucking hell, I hate when it does that. Alright, well, that's going to be our first thing, is me getting eyes and something good enough. I'm going to have to get the microscope out, and we'll see what these chips are. This one's BGA, so I am going to assume it is flight. It might be using this chip to drive. Actually, this might be the transistors. That might be a transistor chip. I shouldn't be drawing on it if I'm trying to figure out what the fuck it is. It might be a MOSFET chip for the motor, because it's got trim, which means it does control the motors all individually. Oh, there's more chips on the bottom of the board. Son of a bitch. Alright. What time is it? Alright, what time? Not the laptop. It's 3:45. Alright. So we got, what, an hour and a half? Okay, we got some time here. Let's, do I have bits that fucking small? Let's see what's on the other side. Don't know that I want to desolder the motors yet. If we unscrew that, that should have enough slack to flay it over. So let's see here. Yeah, I definitely have a small. If this is not, that's probably too small. No, actually, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Magnet. We've got my magnet. Oh, well, actually, tweezers. Just tweeze these up. Alright. Boop. Set that down there. So we've got a small BGA, a transistor, which that transistor is pretty close to these LEDs, so I'm guessing that transistor probably for LED control. Yes, you know what, that wouldn't surprise me at all, because that's the one that all these LEDs plug into, is on this black and red wire. That plugs into that, and that is right next to that transistor. So I can't think of any other reason why that would be there. Like them, I'm feeling very confident that that transistor turns the LEDs on and off. And we can probably test that at some point just by going live. Look at my finger. How's my fingers looking? All right. But we can test that at some point. I think the first couple episodes is just going to be exploring, learning what we can. This will also help for if I decide to get into like FPV drones, where most of it is build it yourself. This will might help. Alright, we are free of the board. Let's grab these, the guy here. See, like, then you got so let's see here. Careful. Grab it by the plastic. Oh, there's the antenna. That goes... That's the antenna right there. That goes off, it looks like, into this arm. Make sure we don't pull on that. Come on, come on. Oh, the battery contacts are getting hung up. That's fine. We're going to nip away this part of the case so that we can lift this board out without having to disassemble everything. So let's get this board settled back down. Let's be very careful. We're gonna have to nip right to there. Okay. And the contacts are there on the board. All right, we're just gonna have to pretty much just go right across. Okay. Let's get... Ow. That hit me in the head. Safety glasses. Alright. Let's get some of this out. Okay. Let me... On camera. Okay. Just don't want to cut too much, because now we're messing with structural integrity. So let's take... I think that's a spot weld. Or melt weld, I guess you would call it. I guess what we'll do is at the end of each project, like Mean Green MGGM thread, we'll maybe vote on what we're doing next if we don't have a clear objective. It's cool to, like, you know, a little project that everybody's got a little bit of input on. And it's a little toy drone thing. All learn together. Alright, let's see if that's enough. Let's check chat. Let's have some tea. Push the battery con. Yeah, it was just it wouldn't lift up past that. As they are right there. You can see their corners of the board are still covered, but I think we can work with that. Nope, we're going to have to trim a little further. Keep your fingers out of the way. Cut slow, because now we are cutting right on structure for the motor. Oop. Oh man, Dad, come on. Little tiny corner is going to be... Try not to cut my finger. I don't know if I'm on camera. Kinda just all up in the way. Alright. Damn it. Damn it, Beavis. Let 'em on. Got razor blades laying around. Come on. Come on. Alright. Oh yeah, alright, we are on screen. Can we pick... There we go. Good grief, Charlie Brown. Good grief. Oh wow, that is... No, the antenna is just that. There is our antenna. Cool. Something that we can improve on already. Let's see what's underneath, boys and girls. Ah, there's our motor. Either transistors or MOSFETs. Can you see? Oh wow, that's actually pretty decent focus. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 transistor-y kind of things. What is that? 20, I think that's a 20-pin chip. So there's all our motor transistors. We need to figure out what number is on those so that we can see what kind of current these things are rated for. I can almost see that number. I wonder if the camera can see it. I can almost see it with my eyeballs. Let's see. Nah, I just can't focus that tight. Let me see if what my phone can see here. Ooh. Oh, come on. Oh, I gotta move the box. Let me see here. The hell is the lens? Ooh. Oh, there is no number on that chip. Can you see that? Kinda can. Yeah, move over some. Look at that. There's no number on that chip. They scrubbed it. You can even see the corners are like 2310, 2310. AS25HB. Can you see down there? Where are we at? It's hard to get your perspective when you're this fucking focused. Oh, Jesus. All right. 2310. Alright. Let me write this down. Yeah, 2310 times 4. What was the other one? A25 HB. A25 HB. And then we have a scrubbed chip. Okay. So that, being a 20-pin chip, I would say is more than likely the flight controller, which would put... Oops, sorry. Let me get this set back up. Get all the sharp shit out of the way. Alright, so here's what we can conclude. Let me get something to point. Where's that cool pencil? Alright, where are we at here? So, we have this guy, which is that PGA chip, which is right next to this frequency. I think that's an RF module. Zoom down. Okay, focus is not horrible. Let me try 40. Did it again, didn't I? So this is my cat, Lee Scratch Perry. Keep forgetting I can't use that to adjust focus. But she was the first cat to figure out how to climb out of all her kitty containment units. Here. I don't know what you can see here. Let me go big head. Big head. And just drop that. Yeah, big head's not even working right. Wow, why does it always do that? I don't understand. Is it working? There we go. She's the one that likes to chew on everything. And get fur everywhere. And like she climbed basically the kitten version of Mount Everest to climb up in bed. She was the first. She's very adventurous. She is a dilute tortie. Tiny Mama is... I don't see her. But Spaz is over here too. My girl. Alright, let's see if I can put my camera stuff back together. Not drop everything again. Kinda. Alright, girl. she'll probably pop back in. She might. Oh, no. She is in retreat. Where were we? Oh yeah, we were gonna hit our vapes. Gotta work on that mic. Maybe. What other button could I use for... Hold on, is this toggle or just turn it on? Oh, I see. Yeah. That's right. Alright, I'll have to keep that in mind. Maybe I should make the enter key mute. I don't know. I'll work on that. Let me make sure we're all lined up here. Wow, we are not lined up. You can see the arrow. Oh my god! I'm gonna fix it. Oh, there we go. First time, folks. Promise I'm a professional idiot. Alright, and we're back. How are we doing over here? Everything's different. I tuned away and Scruff turned into a cat. Yeah, that happens. Looks like one of our cats. Amy, we call her. Yeah, that, I don't know if you heard, that's Lee Scratch Perry. She's named after an old school, like reggae dude who passed recently. Really cool artist. Lee Scratch Perry. Older gentleman, just rocked it out until he was... till today. Yeah, I did say something about vape, didn't I? Alright. 1 second. Now I picked the 0 on the number key, so I had a quick and easy mute key in case, like, something in the house happens or whatever, and I just need to bam. But I forgot, because then I'm trying to adjust focus levels with the keypad. So, just need to remember not to use the keypad, which I'll probably forget every time, or I should, like, put tape on that or something. Alright. She's still sitting over there, just kind of watching. So I'm going to say, yeah, these are probably RF and support components around it. This, can I see that? I'm guessing that's probably another 2310 or equivalent. Let's see if I can. Come on. The wire is in the way. Where are we going? Follow the wire. That is a 54SL. 54SL. Alright. Can I get any kind of a look at these other chips? Kind of see the BGA one, but not all enough of it. I'll have to see if I can get some like focused stills or get the microscope out. And then next time we're working on it, we'll have an idea. But there she is. Can you hear her? Not much for some support components around this. Looks like just a couple filters. Blank resistor slots. I'm wondering, what's the other? There's something pointy. Blank slots here. I'm guessing those are probably resistors for additional LED places. Is that focused? That's pretty focused. And these must be what's controlling the transistors and whatever this is. I wonder if that's a main, you know, like a kind of like a main contactor. That's key. Or a voltage regulator. That's key. Or take the keycap off. Well, if I take the keycap off, then I can't hit it to mute it. Hold on, she's calling. Okay. One moment. Alright, that'll probably buy me about 30 seconds. Maybe. Tea and vape. I don't think I had a vape yet, and I said I was going to. What are you using for dual cameras? One's a Nexi Go. This one's a Nexi Go. Like Amazon, you know, they're like Chinese, whatever, trying to be Logitech. And the bottom one is a Logitech 930E. What is she biting? Hey, don't bite. She bites everything. So this is a 930E. That's a Nexi Go camera. I don't remember what. Hold on. She's doing things. She can be persistent, but she's cool like that. I have a L-key camera that I might be 78 degree to replace the bottom camera, and I think I have another Logitech somewhere that might be 78 degrees for a different bottom camera. But I'll see what I have and what I can set up. Wow, there is fur all over everything now. She is great for that. Not so much in my tea, though. I don't know how that happened. But I'm sure, since I just said that, everything will be there now. Alright, so we got flight controller RF, what might be an interface, a kitty. That's going to definitely be the flight controller itself. That might be like a main switch or a regulator, maybe to steady the voltage. See, what does that say? That says 2. I don't know if that's 2.5 or 25 volts. That's a kitty. Let's see. That says. What the hell is it? Oh, okay. Underground and clock. Is that did that say clock? Yeah, it does say clock. I think that's supposed to be 2.5 volts, 2.6 volts. I don't know, maybe that is a regulator. Nexigo has a great picture. It does pretty good. I originally had it as the down camera, but the color is a little cool, and it doesn't have as much adjustments as the Logitech does in OBS Studio. So I flipped them around. I like the coloring a little better with the 930. It's just such a wide angle. I prefer narrow angle cameras. Like now I know. So now I know if I have to ever replace a camera, look for 65 or 78 or something other than 90. It's just too wide out. Like we don't need to know what's everywhere. Just, you know, we're doing our thing. You know, we're trying to focus in an area. I don't want to have the camera so close that it's easy for me to drift out of the view. But blah blah blah. McRant, mini McRanty rant or something. So yeah, I will do the research. I will get some still pictures of this, and we'll see what we can figure out. It'd be really interesting if, since these are all populated, I really want to see what this chip is, since it's close to this mystery pinout that comes empty. Yeah, it's the one that's positive, negative, and SX, presumably for signal. I don't know if anybody knows, does SX specifically stand for anything that you would know? Video related? Like, is SX like typically for video signal? Oh shit, I'm still on Big Head. My bad. There we go. Effects, yeah, okay. It's weird how it turns off the different views sometimes. There we go. Alright, she just rolled. So, and there's another that looks like an LED. It looks like it's a round thing, and it's got the little lightning bolt with the arrow things that look like an LED. So I'm wondering if that's, I wonder what that is tied into. Like, is that the camera is running light? Is that a flash? Maybe this is made to take pictures. Not sure, but I will get some high definition pictures, and I will. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to reverse engineer the whole thing, but I will absolutely. Let's get a little closer. Why not? But I will absolutely reverse engineer sections as we go, because I'm not trying to put this whole thing on a piece of paper, especially because there is a center, there is copper in the center. So I don't know if that's a ground plane or if there's tracks in there. So reverse engineering will be limited to what we can do, but we will absolutely see what we can do with it. Like I said, depending on what is driving these MOSFETs or transistors. Ooh, hey girl. She's right here. Her tail. Depending on what those transistors or mini MOSFETs are, we can either replace them or use them to drive another set of larger MOSFETs to do bigger motors once we get into motor exploration mode. Because I know drone motors are not like rated in a familiar form that I'm with, and they're rated in like kV. I'm not ultimately familiar with that. I don't know if they literally means kilovolts or if there's something else. So I need to learn. Hey girl, I need to learn motor ratings, and then what I learn, I will teach you. She's right here on the bed. Yeah, I know. When she wants to get petted, she goes dunk. And then, like, if you're petting her and you're just not in the right spot, she dunk. That's her. Don't go behind everything. That's where all the sharp shit is. Back up. Back up. Oh, that's a power bank. Yeah, that's a good spot. Cheeky cat. Right here. She's usually camera shy. I've been expecting her to show up, so that's cool. I'm going to enable preview for a second. It might get janky. Okay, we're doing alright. Okay, so I have some research to do. kV was revolutions per volt. kV describes the RPM, revolution per minute, a motor does per volt that is put into it, not under load. Gotcha. Okay. I'm thinking switch for SX2. Granted, let's see, blah blah blah. City wonders voltage sparingly if they're disconnecting due to missing components. That's something we'll have to investigate. The SX will just be a switch line, not video stuff on there. They all come on the camera module. Maybe there's a spec sheet for the whole board somewhere, maybe. So I'm thinking switch for SX2. Okay. Alright, wonder what that would be. Would that just be, I guess if there's a separate, well yeah, actually in FPV there is a separate module for video. Separate transmission as well. It doesn't transmit through the same line like DJI. Like that's all one, I guess. I'm pretty sure DJI is just one connection. Where this FPV it's two. One for flight and one to your camera or your goggles. So that would make sense. So that could be plus minus, and then so it's on, when the battery is inserted, it is ready to roll. Switch comes on and enables the camera module, maybe. And if that's the case, then that could be an additional tie-in point. Again, we'll have to see what's on this remote at some point. Maybe that'll be the next one, or next time we get into the Mean Green Machine. We will check the remote, and I'll update you on what I find with this module. I'm going to have to get the microscope out for sure. Try to see what I can underneath the conformal coating. Flight on-off control, that's exactly it. It gives you in-flight on-off control. I'll have to see if that's a separate channel from the LEDs or if it's the same channel. Now she's meowing at another cat. Now she's meowing at me. Alright, so we are off to a start. I'll leave this, well, I guess, quote, apart. I'm going to have to figure out how to get a steady picture. I guess I can use my tripod. Hold on. I can use my tripod, hang the phone over and get a couple clicks, and then see what I can come up with. I'm going to focus on the transistors or MOSFETs, whatever, on the back, and the one on the front to see what we're doing. And I'm going to hopefully be able to see and verify that that transistor is driving this LED. Just running all over the place. Let me get the sharp stuff here moved. So, I'm going to take this little tiny fucking magnet I found, and hopefully these screws are ferrous. Hey, so now we have the flight control screws are just going to be hanging precariously under the camera. Cool. Hey, we know where they're at, so that's all that matters. We are pushing it. Alright. I think we're pretty good as far as exploration goes for today. This was a lot longer stream than I thought it would be, which is not a bad thing. Just didn't think it would go that long. So why don't we have a puff? We'll start winding down a little bit. Let me unzoom here. Let me go big head. Big head. Drop that down. Move the wooden magnifying glass. Alright. So, let's have some Comatose. Been an excellent stream, well thank you, Dave. 420, yeah, it's not, it's something 20 somewhere, so cheers, 420 somewhere. Thank you, Leslie. I was trying to come up with a name for that. We actually, I don't know if you were here the last time kind of had a poll what we should call it, and I kind of just took everything and just blended it, and I came up with that. I thought that was pretty neat. Glad you all agree. So that was a pretty good stream. We got the light finished. We have started on our channel project. Got to see Fuzzy Kitty Butt. I lost the tip protectors for this one. I've been doing the last stream. I have no idea where they went. Oh, and I did want to ask Furbear or something. You were talking to someone about the USB testers. This is the one. This is the one that a lot of the streamers have. The rooting. Where's focus? There's focus. And you've seen that on my channel as well. But I also have whatever this thing is. I don't use this one that much. I think just because it's not so colorful. But it can do all kinds of shit too. I just don't know who makes it, anything about it. And I don't know that this necessarily supports quick charge voltages, and I know this one does. But I do have two different ones myself. I didn't know if you said you had one that was different from this. I didn't know if it was similar to this one or just like one of them big yellow weird ones that you see a lot on Amazon. Which I almost got one of those because it plugs in so many different things. I have one like that too, but the person in question. Oh, a USB-C one, yeah. I don't have, well, I was thinking about it, but I do have an adapter. Since this is USB 3. And then it actually is USB 3.0. Slapping a USB-C on there wouldn't be a horrible thing. Boop. Oh yeah, and this is the charger for it. Like, so I'm guessing inside of these battery packs there is a BMS. And you just plug this dude into it. I don't know if there's circuitry in here or not. I have not measured the output because that is ridiculously thin, and I don't want to stick any kind of a probe in there and jank out the mess up the spring pin on it. So that will leave as a mystery for the most part. I mean, it says 3.7, I guess. Like, I don't know what voltage they even charge these up to. I should explore that as well, because we are going to most likely be converting this, either running dual packs, or what I'd prefer to do would be to find a different kind of battery pack. Like, I'd love to be able to run this thing with an 18650. If we're not doing like super acro stuff and we're just hovering around, nothing wrong with running one of my gray ones or one of these Samsung ones, but I'd go with the gray ones since they're higher amp hour and the weight isn't much different, I don't believe. Because I mean, like, it's not like this is pulling high current like a big FPV drone would be doing. And I guess this eye will just become something that I'll try to incorporate into a Halloween decoration. Or, well, what some people call Halloween decorations, I just call ambiance. Hence the clown in the work van. Alright, buttoning it up, shutting her down. So, next week will be another drone stream. Well, let me check chat first here. Franco, good to see you. I don't know if I said hi. Oh, there's Mr. A Cake. Missed you earlier, voice of the clan. Yeah, I'm winding down. Take a break before the next stream. Dave streams in 50 minutes. Spectrum DIY for his building at the bench stream. And fun with synthesizer stuff. Audio stuff. There's my other tortie. He's the big fat one. But yeah, next week should be a drone stream if the weather cooperates. If it doesn't, then it'll be probably this kind of drone stream. Maybe we'll get into the remote. We'll see how the weather does. It looks like I'm just going to be doing mostly Sunday streams instead of trying to cram something in on Saturday before Clive. So I'm feeling like Sunday at 2 o'clock for bench streams, and Sunday like 11 or 12 for flights is probably going to be where I'm at. Seems to be working out pretty good. The flight time always depends on where I have to go to go flying. Sorry, cannabis is working. I'm feeling like my panic attacks are probably done for the day. Probably a little bit of us having a chitty chat helps. Not like Thursday though. Whew. Boy, that was a good stream. If you heard about the Big Clive Patreon MBC stream, that was pretty intense. Pretty emotional. It is on YouTube last time I checked. The MBC stream, not the Patreon one. So 6.5 hour stream. Very good. Yeah. Anyway. So we got Spectrum DIY in 45-ish minutes, and we'll have a flight tomorrow. Let me... Am I big head? Yeah, okay. Let me check the weather real quick. See what the 10-day looks like before I let you go, because you know, like, I cannot just fucking sign off. I gotta drag that shit out. 10-day is holy balls. 72. So it looks like it's going to be 75 degrees on Sunday, which is like 23 degrees Celsius, I believe. 10-mile-an-hour winds, which is fine. Mavis, she's been getting blown around a lot. Partly cloudy. 10% chance of rain, which ain't bad. So we may have a nice flight on Sunday. We do. I'll try to pick a pretty, someplace a little different, maybe. I don't know. I'll see. I mean, we may end up at the same fucking place. Who knows? But, alright. So that's cool. Next weekend's looking really good for a flight. And maybe by then I'll have the other, or the new and improved outdoor woofler. Let me go back to chat. Look like you are crashing, Scruff Dog. I am going back to watch. This looks good. Yeah, I'm just finally getting settled in. Been a weird day. Good day, but weird day. So, next week we will go for a flight, and in 2 weeks we will return to the bench for whatever project is there, and I guess from now on, if we don't have a project, we'll go to the drone, or if we have extra time, you know, after whatever project we're working on, we will fill it in with the drone. We'll just make that our little project. If you got anything to let me know in the comments, feel free. Let me put this sharp-ass motherfucker away. Don't need the pencil anymore. She will absolutely eat Q-tips, because that's my kitty cat. And twisty ties. As you know, every cat eats twisty ties like goddamn spaghetti. Unity UT210E. Highly recommend it. When fundage makes itself more available, I will likely be getting one more, just to leave in the house instead of carrying it in and out. Clean, clean, clean. Everything's cleaned up. Sorry I missed most. That's alright. Stay well. Thanks for the stream, Leslie. You are welcome. Thanks everybody for stopping by. Go ahead and call it here, and maybe have a good weekend, good holiday. And I will see you next week, or I will see you later on Discord. Thanks for stopping by. Be groovy, and let's go find that stop button. Let's get the mouse turned on. And 3, 2, 1.